So it's 10:05, and we'll call the meeting to order. Dave, would you?
Sure, let's be thankful together. As I reminded of the song that your ways are higher than our ways and your thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and we recognize we need to seek your wisdom in our decisions, and just in our grouping together and trying to move forward with this county and these two cities, 3 cities. So we thank you for the blessings of life in Christ's name. Amen.
Okay, we need to approve the minutes from the September 26th regular meeting. Everybody received those prior to the meeting from Robert. Any changes to those meetings before we, or those minutes before we accept them? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept those meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve.
May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? So moved. Okay, bond reference, or bond refinance. Do we have any action that we need to deal with here on that?
We had a validation hearing earlier this week. Judge Law signed a validation order, and the one that comes with that Tabitha's here, and we're gonna have several documents that are gonna need signatures between now and the closing, and so we really would need a motion to have you, the chairman, authorized to sign any documents necessary to effectuate the bond closing. Tabitha's got some of them here for you today, but we need something in the minutes authorizing you to sign those documents. And it won't be just these, there'll probably be some additional ones, so it'd probably be wise if we just went ahead and authorized you to sign all documents related to the bond closing.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I make a motion to authorize you to sign the document
Related to the bond,
related to the bond, once we're ready at this time.
but related to bond refinance.
Correct.
Okay, somebody got that, writing that down, David, or you got that in, you taking, okay. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay. We have closed on site B18. We just now need to ratify the purchase of that. I need a motion to ratify the purchase of site B18.
And also identify the parcel at this time, since it's no longer,
Okay.
and you actually need to.
What address are we calling that now?
It's not, doesn't have an address on it yet, won't have it, there's a building put on it.
Probably identified by the acreage and the road that it's on.
Right, it's 127 acres on Bill Creek Parkway, just before the intersection of Laird Road.
The closing did take place on that, Mr. Chairman, so here's all you're doing is ratifying.
Okay, so we're going to ratify the purchase of site B18, which consists of 127 acres on Bill Creek Parkway. May I get a motion?
Make a motion that we ratify the B18 purchase, 127 acres on Bill Creek Parkway, just to the west and north of Laird Road.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstains? So moved. Okay. Robert, do you see any, well, let me ask 2 things. Tabitha, in November, December, are we going to have a lot of movement other than document signing for this bond refinance?
The sales schedule for December the 11th, I think, is the 12th on Tuesday.
10th is a Tuesday.
Okay, it's on the 9th.
Okay. Is there anything other than what we have done already and me authorized to sign documents, is there anything that we would need to meet and deal with in December?
You will need to finalize the sale after it's going to occur on the 9th,
Okay,
and you will finalize before 2 o'clock on the 10th.
all right. So can we do that via electronic vote?
You can't do it via electronic vote. I was trying to think if you can do it prior to, let me think about that for just a minute. If you can do it subject to, rather than having to come back on the 10th and do it. Give me a minute.
Think about that? Okay. So basically what I'm trying to determine is do we need to meet in November or December at this point?
Whether you wanna meet or not, or whether you wanna change dates for the meeting. Our meeting dates last Thursday are gonna be right on top of Thanksgiving and right on top of Christmas, so I didn't think you wanted to
Well-
do that. If you wanna reschedule a date, that's fine.
Then why don't, is there anything other than that bond refinance that's outstanding right now that we need to deal with from your perspective?
No,
All
I
right,
don't know of anything.
so if we have to ratify this on the 12th, why don't we just set up one meeting for the next 2 months on the day we need to sign the bond documents and eliminate the November meeting and do it on December 12th, 10th?
The 10th, I think.
The 10th?
But that Tuesday, 'cause they're gonna sell on the Monday.
All right.
I'm out of town, but I'm
Well,
on.
when are you back?
I'm gone the 9th to the 13th.
So could it wait till the 17th?
Well, I just one, you guys.
No, it has to, okay, so the 10th it is then. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's VSC day, Board of Commissioners
Yes.
day also.
So you have to,
Can we do it that Friday, the 6th?
no.
Yeah, you have to do it.
It's because you can't, what you're doing is you're finalizing the sale, so you're finalizing the interest rate, you're finalizing, and it can't occur until
That day.
that date, and the bonds can't close until you've approved it.
Can we meet in the commissioners?
Yeah.
Boardroom? Why don't we schedule a meeting for that day at the commissioners boardroom instead of here?
What time is your meeting day?
The afternoon meeting would be at 2 o'clock. and
So if we did a 10 a.m. there and just did our meeting there on that day, would that be,
We do a work session at 10, and then we come back and vote at 2, and the voting meeting usually lasts about 30 minutes. So I'd recommend 3
It needs to be done before your meeting.
or 4.
Before.
So we
Wait,
do it
and
one.
then
so here's what, all we're gonna, so best I can tell, all we're gonna do is sign this. So why don't we agree to meet at 9:30 at the Board of Commissioners room to sign the paperwork. That gets Dayton to his meeting at 10 o'clock. The only thing on our agenda is that at that point, and we'll have to ratify the meetings from this the minutes from this meeting. So those two things would be your agenda items, Robert, and we agree on that, and we'll just use that date. If there's something else that pops up in between, Dave, if you gotta get out and go to the Board of Commissioners meeting, it is what it is. If it's something important, I will table it until you can put your input in if need be. Did that work for you?
It works. I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so 9:30 a.m. on the 10th at the Board of Commissioners meeting.
Special call meeting.
Yep.
I was just gonna suggest maybe 9 o'clock in case anything else has come up that we've got some time to deal with it before Dave has to leave, before the 10 o'clock meeting. Whatever you guys wanna do.
That's fine with me, I don't care.
9 o'clock.
Dave's the one that's got at that point, he's got the full day. So we're at the BOC meeting room, 9 a.m., December the 10th.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was it.
All right. And will we make sure we get that posted?
I will. I'll get I'll get to them when
All right. Everybody good with that program? Do we need to, that's not something we need to vote on, is it, Tom?
You have a called meeting, yeah, you can actually call a meeting, but you could do it here, so you've got everybody here, you could have a motion in a second to have a called meeting, you might as well do it. You as the chairman have the authority to call a meeting,
Okay.
but you've got your board here, so you might
All right,
as well
well,
make a
so,
motion.
so let's, I'll make a motion that we do a called meeting on December 10th, 9 a.m. at the Board of Commissioners room, for a special meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay. Robert, director's report?
Okay, we've got a multitude of things going on. First of all, again, we closed on B18. I've got a packet we're gonna talk about in closed session about that. I had an interesting meeting with some folks the other day that have some property that is adjacent to the McNeilus site. McNeilus site is pretty much full. They've pretty much built that completely out. But this site is getting ready to come available, and the possibility of having a railroad spur there. So we're looking into doing that, looking into see if I can have a railroad spur there. That's about it. We'll talk in detail about some other things in closed session.
Okay.
So, can you elaborate a little bit more, first I've heard of the location, and you're calling it the McNeil?
McNeil, yeah, McNeil's property, it's right beside McNeil's. We'll talk more about it in closed session.
Is there anything that we have working that we can talk about openly at this point?
No.
No? Okay.
Not really.
So everything we're still under confidentiality on?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Good morning.
We're gonna make a motion that we move to executive session to discuss litigation, real estate, and personnel.
Second.
Do we have any personnel to discuss?
You do.
Okay, all right. Perfect. I got a second. May I have a vote, please? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? So moved. Okay. Call the meeting back to order. Do we have any new business?
Report that no action was taken in executive session.
Yep, thank you.
Dan's got to sign that.
That's the affidavit.
Do we have anybody signed in for public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. That very well covers everything for the agenda today. Does anybody got anything they want to add?
I move to adjourn.
Is second? Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? So moved. See everybody on December the 10th.